Welcome, dear viewers and followers of the Professional Hunting Channel, and hunting and wildlife enthusiasts everywhere. Today's adventure is with the largest mammal in the deer family. The moose. Moose are the largest members of the deer family. Standing 6 feet, 1.8 meters tall from hoof to shoulder, and weighing in at more than 1,000 pounds, 450 kilograms. Each of their light to dark brown hairs is hollow, and the air trapped inside provides insulation. A flap of skin called a dewlap hangs from the throat. Males are distinguished from females by their antlers, which grow up to 6 feet across. Moose are found in the northern regions of the United States, from Maine to Washington, throughout Canada, and into Alaska. Due to their large size and insulating fur, moose are limited to cold climates. Forested areas with streams and ponds are ideal moose habitat. Adult moose use their antlers or hooves to defend themselves from predators like bears and wolves. The much smaller calves are easier for predators to take down, and many of them fall victim to predation before reaching their first birthday. Moose also suffer from a predator of another sort, parasitic brainworms. White-tailed deer are carriers of the parasite, but it has no effect on them. When deer defecate, the brainworms are transferred from their waste to land snails. When moose unknowingly eat the snails while foraging for food, they ingest the parasite. Moose are herbivores. The word moose is an Algonquin term meaning eater of twigs. Moose are so tall that they have difficulty bending down to eat grasses, so they prefer to feed on leaves, bark, and twigs from trees and shrubs. Their favorite foods come from native willow, aspen, and balsam fir trees. They also munch on aquatic plants from streams and ponds. Male moose, called bulls, begin to grow antlers in springtime to prepare for the autumn mating season. Large mature bulls with well-developed antlers usually get to mate with the female moose, called cows. When bulls are competing for the same cow, they may use their antlers to fight off their opponents. After the mating season, bulls drop their antlers. They regrow them again in the spring. The young calves stay with their mothers for a year before venturing off to live a solitary lifestyle. Moose can live more than 20 years in the wild, but many begin to suffer the symptoms of old age before then. A more typical lifespan is 10 to 12 years. Massive and majestic, moose are a cherished wildlife icon of North America. Moose often roam through Rousand today. And biologists attribute some of this decline to increasing parasite loads, influenced by shorter winters caused by climate change. Changes in the Earth's climate directly threaten two treasured wildlife-associated pastimes in northern woods: